how's it going? And how do you do, all you beautiful guys, gals, and other kinds of pals? And welcome back once again to Nope, not Mars Horizon. Nope, that's an old series. That's a long forgotten series. I may never return to Mars Horizons. I have no idea. Maybe I will one day. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But welcome back to Surviving Mars. That's the word. Yes, we're back surviving on the red planet as always. Let's hope, actually. Because, of course, our crops grow slowly. So, yeah. Drink some pleb water. Or vodka. No, I don't. Not yet, anyway. Anyway, oh yeah, connection issues. Stuff snapped. Why did stuff snap? I don't know, because stuff snapped. Don't question it. That's how you get thrown out the airlock. Anyway, yeah. So because of that pipe leak and that burst, we have to deal with water leaking, whatever the word is. Leaking, yes, and people are starting to dehydrate. And also, all our botanists are homeless because there's only one trailer inside all of Ohio, which sounds like Ohio, so, you know, not wrong, or New Ohio, sorry, right. Queuing up our research as always, and just shuffling all the people around so that, our fields are well maintained. Just moving all the doctors around so that, the doctors are working in hospitals because, that's what we want. We want doctors working in the hospitals. Sorry if I sound a little because I just ate and it was hot and like me. Yeah, it was hot and greasy. You know how American food is. It makes you feel weird. Anyway, yeah, so my vocal cords are dead. And yeah. So that's just how that is. Queuing up scanning, that's what it's called. So we can get our perpetual flow of stuff like metal, because we are actively running out of metal. If you look up at the top, we are running low. But, yeah, anyway, real quick though, we have a little announcement from the game. So I'm going to let real-time Jamie read that. Enjoy! We gather here today to bid a final farewell to one of our finest. As difficult and painful as it is, we must accept that Doris Dayton is dead. As friends, as a community, we express our sadness. We acknowledge our loss, acknowledge the great importance of Doris Dayton's life. Doris Dayton's life has been a journey towards vision, a journey which brought us all towards the possibility of living on the red planets. One small step at a time. Doris Dayton didn't try to make their mark in human history, for there is no room for attempts and success. Doris Dayton knew what the calling of fate was, knew the risks and the opportunities, and made the best of it, for the good of us all. What is it that takes a person through all of this is a question only we can answer. This is a question whose answer is the spirit of Doris Dayton, and this is a legacy for us. Effect: Doris Dayton has died. Cause: old age. Hint: each time a colonist dies a non-natural death, i.e. non-old age, 2 applicants leave the pool. Thank you, fellow colonist. You will be missed. And this is where you... Well, I hope you indeed enjoyed that lovely little read of, that. I don't know what that was, but it was a read of something. I hope you enjoyed it, because it took me all of 5 minutes to get right, so, I invested a lot of time into that. I'm kidding. But yeah, anyway, so one of the rockets lands down. I don't know which one that is. I want to say Crafty, but I don't know. I didn't read it. Crafty, yes. One of the Crafties. Apparently there's 2 Crafties. I don't know how. But yeah, and also apparently someone got on, and I just chuckled to myself because, they're going to be there a while. We both know. They're just going to be sitting there. for a while as that rocket gets loaded up with all it needs. We also bring in some more engineers because we need engineers to run the electronics, machine parts, and polymers factory. So I thought I'd just bring in 8 more. Just fill up all our staff slots. Uh, and do that as well. Again, voice is all weird. And there that goes. I don't know if you heard that, but I heard it. Anyway, here we are working on New Ohio some more. I'm moving the geologists all over to this place. Whatever it's called. I forget what that one is. I want to say New Arizona, but at the same time, I'm not too sure. Um, yeah, New Arizona. Okay. Yeah, because that's Phoenix, right? Not Phoenix, right? I mean, that's Phoenix. The what's it? Now, here I am going through trying to just fill up work. Or wait, no. Wait, where's New Maine? I don't know. We'll find out in a short while. Anyway. Yes, we got Newer York and even Newer York, of course, doing their whole thing. And I'm thinking of building another one of these. I don't yet, though, because we don't really need it. We're accumulating enough power during the day and discharging enough at night, so I deject to just leave it for now. But, yeah. That's a movie downstairs, not my dogs. Okay, they're watching Secret Life of Voice cooperate. They're watching The Secret Life of Pets downstairs. There we go. Excuse me. Frick, I'm out of water. All right, let me just consume the ice then. That's the sounds of me consuming ice, if you weren't aware. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, I'm putting another dumping site down because, you know, the thing is relatively far away. And I also want to put a couple of these down, these little rock formations, because they're cute. And they just add a little bit of organicness to our plot over here. So I slap a couple of these down just for the looks, mostly. And also to use up some of the waste rock because, you know, I will build 1 or 2 more domes in between New California and New Arizona so that, you know, they could be bridged. But, yeah, and I also well, I was, but I just realized that we're just out of metals. Out of metals. So I load up Fritzy. Yes. No. Not a pod. Yes, Fritzy up with 80 nuggets of metal. Of course, that's our unit of measurement on metal. 80 whole nuggets. And then I slap down a bunch of these towers because then they will be able to scan things faster. And I also stop construction of the university for now, even though we should focus on getting more and more people educated. I'm not really too fussed about it yet. Again, we're eventually going to be getting 80 whole not 80, 50 whole states and maybe including some of the US territories like Costa Rica and Guam and other things that we own. Like what's something we own? The Virgin Island? No. I think that's Britain. I don't know what the US owns, okay? I'm not smart. I'm an idiot if you can't tell. And if you can't tell that I'm an idiot at this point, you should probably go to some class or something on classifying people. I don't know, though. That's just my observation. Excuse me one moment. Ugh. the sounds of my throat. I do not like the sounds of my throat. The sounds of my throat are disgusting. But it's all I got. So, you know, yeah. We just deal with the sounds of my throat over here. Anyway, here I am just plopping down some metals, deposits, and stuff so that, or not deposits, depots, so that we can fill those up. Um, yeah, and then what are we current? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah. So here, oh yeah, that's where I discovered that we have two crafties. I don't know where we got two crafties. Well, we got two crafties and a Zift, of course. So, in next episode, whichever one I get next, I'm just gonna rename. So, comment down below what you think I should rename them. Anyway, here's also all the new engineers so that we can do things with them. You know, they're homeless right now, but they'll be fine. And they'll all move in and go to work at the two new places. Although they don't. Also, experimental rocket, you know, critical design flaw, but we fixed it because we're smart cookies. And now we got another rocket for free. Anyway, yeah, so I kick out a couple of those so that hopefully they'll go work in the electronics and machine parts facilities like I wanted you to. But anyway, here and here's also our 80 metal that we're airlifting from Earth to hopefully help us fix up all of our planet. We have some plans for all our metal as soon as we start getting stuff worked out in terms of scanning and numbers matching. So good, feels good. If you get where that's from, you earned yourself a cookie. But they are potato cookies, so yeah. If you have a severe reaction to starch, I wouldn't take them. But I mean, if you're fine with starch and gluten, go ahead, take a potato cookie. They may taste like vodka. That's just pleb. Don't worry. It's not real vodka because pleb is not 21. He's like 2. And he also does not have a legal license, so. I also don't know why they're sitting there moving around all the waste rock. I just noticed they were doing that. I didn't even see that in the video. That's not why I was sitting there. I was sitting there because I was commenting on one of my friend's videos. Because I watch videos while making these because, you know, I'm sitting in silence not talking to my microphone and that feels weird. So, yeah. That's my only explanation for why I just randomly stare off into space without looking at anything. I'm just like, hey. I'm not like looking at something deep in the monitor that you can't see. I'm like on my phone tweeting or something. I should tweet more often. Comment down below what you think I should tweet next. I'm not going to listen to your comments on Twitter, but I may listen to your comments on naming rockets. Because my Twitter is my Twitter, but these rockets are our rockets. Because we are communists. Even if we are funded by the US, which shut the fuck up. Shut up. We may be funded by the US, but we are still communist. I mean, no one here pays for their food. They just walk up to the grocery store and are like, I would like that food right there. And they're like, here is this food right here. Are you going to pay for it? Nope. Okay. Have a nice day, sir. Anyway, but yeah, so, yeah, I swap our first food slot out from wheat to soybeans because they actually produce food whilst also making the crop stuff greater. Anyway, and also now I need more, whatchamahoozits? What are they called? Polymers. And also here's a shipment of 50 food from Earth because people are starving. Surprise, surprise! You don't grow fast enough. Your people start starving. Who would have thought? I would have. Ow, my hand. My hand hurts. It really hurts. Ow. I don't know if you heard me hit the desk, but I did. Anyway, yeah, and also so now we're sorting out all our colonists starving, and I order more food, more polymers, and more food. You know how it is. And then I scan anomalies, and then we scan the ground. Sorry, it is 7 o'clock while I'm recording this, and I am rushing to record it in hopes that I don't have in hopes that someone doesn't arrive in the middle of this recording. Anyway, but yeah, so I plop down one of those so that they'll shove some waste rock in it, and then we can work on building. I turn off the art shop because that uses up polymers, which we're not producing well anymore. So I was like, no more art. Not until we're fixed up our polymer. That may be a good reason on why we're not doing well in polymer stuff. There are 7 tanks of fuel left. Nuggets of fuel, sorry, right, I forgot. But yeah, and we also got dry farming, which means our food takes up less water. I'll bring in 20 more units of food, nuggets of food, and 10 more nuggets of polymers, and 40 more nuggets of food. Right, I forgot what I did. I'm still like a little sick from like the 2 from last weekend. A little bit. Like not like to the point where I'm like like dying. Also, I thought this was a really nice little shot right here. So I pulled out the camera tools and was like trying to fix the depth of field because I set it to fucking all of the depth. But yeah, I thought that was a really nice picture with the solar panels in the background and the rock formations right there, and the towers from the whatever they are thingy. But yeah, so that's the thumbnail shot. That's where that comes from. I thought it was really pretty. I was really proud of it. Yeah, and so here we are landing our 2 Zift pods. Thank you, Zift, for launching those into low Earth orbit and then sending them off into the galaxy, the galactic sea. As I'm not sure that's where the term galaxy comes from at all, but if it is, that's dope. That's hella dope. That is. Anyway, here we are flattening out this area because I'm planning on constructing a huge dome right there, because then we can get science research underway and also start drilling for actual metal instead of having to deal with what's on the surface, and what we can ship back from Earth, which we want to start minimizing. Anyway, here I am checking out the batteries, making sure they're charging. Let me see. Can I skip forward to see when I start working on that? No, because it's not going to render all the frames. Oh no, wait, no, around there. Okay, around the 20-minute mark. Okay. Oh yeah, I put this here just to see if the land was actually flat. It was. I'm not building a dome there yet. Don't worry. Also, I found the rovers were right next to each other doing their jobs, which I thought was really cute. I love that stupid auto gather mod. It's so useful. But yeah. Anyway. And here's where I start working on the thing I just skipped forward to. So essentially, I'm gonna take this guy, put him up there, and we're gonna get to work on essentially a backup water supply. So now that we have big tanks, I thought it would be a good idea to come out here and essentially make a water like reservoir that would be locked from the main grid. So like it's not directly pumping into the colony yet. Say our water goes out, like say all our moisture evaporators and water extractors die, or like a pipe leaks somewhere, then I can just route this to the dome setup, close off all the leaking pipes, and then we just have like this amount of water to hold us over until we can repair everything. And it's also going to be fully self-sufficient. It's going to have its own power supply. It's going to have its own battery. It's going to have its own, tanks. It's going to have enough stuff to repair it constantly. It's going to constantly checked on. It's going to get its own drone hub as soon as we ship one in. And yeah, it's going to have a little valve on it so that water doesn't get, just tossed around. It's like, it's going to build up water and not mess with the main system. That's the word. But yeah, so here we go on a little adventure around all the infrastructure and the terrible pipe setup. And yeah, now that I'm looking at where we put that, that's a little terrible way to put that. So I will go in and fix that next episode. But yeah, so here I am just bringing in a drone hub and some more polymers and electronics and an orbital probe, just because orbital probes are dope. It's just a free scan square and it's amazing. But yeah, so these 5 solar panels and battery should be enough to power the water extractor, water tanks, and a drone hub. I don't think the water tanks need power now that I'm looking at it. And I also don't let them build those pipes because not yet, because it's not like it matters. I do need to deactivate. First off, it's not even powered, so it wouldn't even matter. But yeah, there we go. We just quickly do that. I dismantle that boy because we don't need it, and then plop down the drone hub there, and it'll get its own cable connection directly to the water station thing. And yeah, it's just a nice little self-sufficient package. It runs itself. It takes care of itself. It does all that it needs to do completely by itself, and it'll fuel its own ballast, or it'll fuel the tanks, and then they'll fill up. And then if anything bad happens, like a pipe leak or something, we can just open the valve. I'll fix the pipe eventually. But yeah, and we also get rid of that because we don't need any more concrete. And the dudes will pick them up. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming to this video. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope to see all of you next time. Bye-bye!